The video dives into the fiery legal showdown between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively, unraveling claims of misconduct, defamation, and a toxic work environment on the set of It Ends With Us. Baldoni, who directed and produced the film, was reportedly banned from attending his own movie premiere at Lively's insistence, a move that has triggered a storm of allegations and counterclaims, captivating public attention. In a jaw-dropping voice recording featured in the video, Baldoni shares his heartbreak over being excluded from such a defining moment in his career, describing the ordeal as a stark example of the clash between creative collaboration and deeply personal disputes.
That's supposed to be an investigative journalist, right? These are supposed to be investigative journalists. When do you see them at 9:47 at night send an email on a Friday night before a holiday, right before Christmas? They send the email and it warns them that we're coming out with a story that we're going to publish by 12 noon Eastern the next day. So you basically right there have 15 hours, 14 hours to respond to this. If you're not looking at your email at 9:47 at night Eastern time, you might even pass that up until the morning. There's a boatload of questions on there, but there's not the actual questions that matter. There's not really the questions about, this is the evidence we're using, these are the text messages we're relying on. They say that they've reviewed thousands of pages of text messages. Unbelievable. They would have come across the text messages that had emojis removed, that skewed the meaning of various emails, other emails which were taken out of context, strings which were partial email strings and partial text strings, and completely mischaracterized what was happening in the case. And it's shocking, actually, that the New York Times wouldn't follow up and say, well, you know, we have text messages saying this, and we'd like to know, are they real? Do you have anything that shows that they're different? We live in a digital age. You can't trust everything that you see. Why couldn't the New York Times ask that question?
Are you saying that they got...
I'm blaming the New York Times for participating with Blake Lively's publicists and engaging in this campaign where they actually were part of facilitating the complaint getting filed with the CRD, which is the Civil Rights Division, and knew the complaint was getting filed, encouraged them to file the complaint, had a copy of the complaint before it was filed, and once it was filed, they went with a story. And they completely relied on these text messages given to them.
Blake Lively has leveled explosive allegations against Justin Baldoni and his team, accusing them of sexual harassment and orchestrating a smear campaign to tarnish her reputation after she spoke out. Among the most shocking claims is an incident where Baldoni allegedly entered her trailer while she was breastfeeding. Another involves his partner, Jamie Heath, showing her a video that Lively described as highly inappropriate. Baldoni's legal team, however, fiercely disputes these accusations, asserting that the incidents were either misrepresented or taken entirely out of context. They claim the video in question was a demonstration of a home birth for a film scene, not explicit content. A central focus of the dispute revolves around the complaints Blake Lively raised during production. According to Justin Baldoni's attorney, a detailed 17-point memo was drafted to address Lively's concerns, and both parties reportedly resolved their differences amicably at the time. However, the lawsuit claims that efforts were later made to deliberately tarnish Lively's reputation, including leaking damaging stories to the media. Baldoni's team has fiercely denied these accusations, insisting that any public relations efforts were purely aimed at managing external negativity and safeguarding the success of the film. Critics have pointed to inconsistencies in Blake Lively's actions, questioning why she continued working on the project after the alleged harassment and even signed agreements meant to address her concerns. These details have cast doubt on the validity of her claims, with Baldoni's team arguing that the allegations may stem from a power struggle and a calculated effort to control the narrative around the film.
Oh my goodness, wait till you see Lady Pool. She is gorgeous. She just had a baby too, and can't even tell.
I don't think you're supposed to say that.
That's okay. I identify as a feminist.
Right.
A major aspect of the controversy centers on the use of crisis PR teams by both sides. Lively's team has been accused of crafting a campaign to paint Baldoni as problematic, while Baldoni's PR efforts reportedly focused on pushing back against these narratives. Recently surfaced text messages between PR representatives reveal strategic discussions about managing media fallout and preserving Baldoni's reputation. However, some of these messages have been described as alarming, sparking ethical concerns about the methods employed by both camps. Baldoni's legal team maintains that his actions were never intended to harm Lively, but rather to combat the negativity surrounding the film while ensuring its success. The video highlights Baldoni's repeated text messages, where he expresses a desire to protect Lively and avoid escalating tensions. This portrayal stands in stark contrast to the accusations of retaliation and smear campaigns detailed in Lively's lawsuit. The public has eagerly weighed in on the escalating dispute, with opinions sharply divided between those backing Baldoni's assertions of professionalism and others siding with Lively's allegations. The lawsuit raises broader issues about accountability and power dynamics in the entertainment world, along with the delicate balance between managing public relations and crossing into defamation. Baldoni's team has promised full transparency, vowing to release all relevant documents and text messages to let the public draw its own conclusions. Legally, the case hinges on two central allegations: the alleged concealment of harassment and the supposed retaliation against Lively. While proving the first claim may be legally complex, the second could have serious ramifications if the evidence holds up. The video emphasizes the critical need to separate legitimate PR efforts aimed at safeguarding a film's reputation from retaliatory tactics intended to harm an individual. The clash between Baldoni and Lively highlights the intricate power struggles and control dynamics often at play in Hollywood. Lively's refusal to share the spotlight with Baldoni, her public distancing from him during promotional events, and her broader accusations expose a tangled mix of professional and personal tensions. On the other side, Baldoni's exclusion from the film's premiere and the dramatic aftermath have come to symbolize the immense challenges creatives face when navigating high-stakes projects under intense public scrutiny. This controversy has also ignited conversations about how personal relationships and conflicts can influence the trajectory of major productions. Both Lively and Baldoni have been criticized for allowing their personal grievances to overshadow the collaborative spirit of filmmaking, distracting from the artistic and commercial ambitions of the project itself. As the legal battle escalates, Baldoni's team has made a bold move by pledging full transparency. They've vowed to release all text messages and documents, aiming to clear Baldoni's name and push back against what they claim are false narratives. This unprecedented strategy highlights the immense stakes at play and reflects a growing shift toward accountability and openness under intense public scrutiny.
Justin is suing the New York Times for $250 million.
The outcome of this case is poised to leave a lasting mark on the entertainment industry, influencing how similar disputes are managed in the future. Regardless of whether the allegations against Baldoni are upheld or dismissed, this case stands as a stark reminder of the complexities and pressures of working in such a high-profile, cutthroat industry. The clash between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively goes beyond a personal feud. As this legal drama continues to unfold, it will act as a pivotal test case for resolving conflicts in the entertainment industry while balancing personal disputes with professional obligations. Whether justice is served or the truth remains clouded, the ripple effects of this case are sure to echo far beyond the courtroom. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe as not to miss your favorite celebrity chatter.